Hey, what is up guys? This is Real Chief here and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike and as you can see on the screen in front of you here, I have two versions of the Lionel Texas Special 2245 F-3 units, which were made around 1954 to 1955. Now interestingly enough, the locomotive on the right side here is actually a custom dummy unit which I purchased from a train show back around 2015. And interestingly enough, the dummy unit actually has much better parts and components on it versus the actual locomotive, which is of course the power unit. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be taking the parts and the components off the dummy unit and placing them on the power unit. I'm also going to be taking the shell off the dummy unit and placing it on top of the A unit. Even though the Lionel A unit locomotive has a shell on top of it already, the one on the dummy unit is actually in much better shape. So I start off by taking each shell off of each locomotive, and then I start taking all the parts and components out of the power unit and placing them on the side. Originally, I was considering about using the base from the dummy unit as my main chassis for the locomotive, but when I was working on both the engines, I realized that the dummy unit didn't have a slot underneath the engine where the E unit lever is supposed to slip in. So the number one component on the dummy unit, which is in really good shape, are the trucks. So let's go ahead and start disassembling them and start placing them on the powered trucks on the A unit. The old trucks on the Lionel A unit need to be cleaned off at some point. So if anybody has any suggestions or have any ideas, please let me know in the comment section below. After the old truck was disassembled, I went ahead and started putting the better parts on the powered truck. So the new frames on the trucks are finally assembled, so it was about time to start putting everything back together again. Alright, so everything is put back in place, so let's go ahead and start applying this engine to power. The last thing that I did was to put the shell from the dummy unit on the chassis of the locomotive. I also still have the chassis and the shell of the B unit. Now what I'm going to do with it, I'm not really too sure, so I think I'll just keep it for the time being and run it alongside the power unit here. Okay, so here we have the 2245 finally being put back together. It's got its brand new shell on the chassis, as well as the motor trucks, or the truck frames I should say, on each side of the locomotive. Now there's actually one little imperfection in the shell, and it's not really that big of a deal. It's mostly the decal that's in the front of the locomotive, but it's actually on the other side of the shell, and that I can definitely fix at a later point down the road. So I hope you all have enjoyed this little restoration video that I put together. This was a fun project as always, and I can't wait to show you guys this locomotive in operation as we close out today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And please don't forget to hit the notification bell down below for any other projects that I upload. But until next time, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in my next episode. Thanks again and take care.